Have you ever wondered why someone you loved deeply was suddenly taken away from your life? One day they were your peace, your comfort, your everything, and the next day they were gone. No explanation, no closure, just silence and heartbreak. You begged Allah to keep them, but He didn't. You cried until your pillow was soaked, but nothing changed. It felt unfair, it felt cruel, but what if that removal was not a punishment? What if it was protection? Sometimes Allah removes people from your life not to hurt you, but to heal you. He takes away the ones who were never written in your destiny. He closes doors that lead to destruction and heartbreak, because He knows that if He doesn't remove them now, you will never meet the one who's truly meant for you, the one who will stay not just for a season, but for a lifetime. The truth is, when Allah takes someone away, it is never rejection, it is redirection. He removes the wrong soul so He can make space for the right one. He takes away temporary attachments to prepare you for permanent peace. And when that peace comes, it will not demand attention, it will not bring confusion. It will come quietly, beautifully, and it will never leave because it was written for you by Allah Himself. There comes a time in every believer's life when Allah removes someone you thought would stay forever. It feels sudden, almost cruel, as if the ground beneath you has been pulled away without warning. One day you are laughing, sharing dreams, making plans, and the next day you are left alone with silence and questions. You replay every moment in your head, wondering what went wrong, what you did to deserve this. But sometimes it's not about what went wrong, it's about what Allah saw that you didn't. You see, there are things happening behind the curtain of the unseen that only Allah knows. He sees the hearts of people, even when they smile at you. He knows the intentions that are hidden behind sweet words. And when He sees that a person's presence will harm your future, your peace, or your connection with Him, He removes them, even if you beg Him to let them stay. At first, the pain is unbearable. You feel like you can't breathe without them. You wake up hoping it was just a bad dream. You check your phone expecting a message that never comes. And in those sleepless nights you whisper, "Ya Allah, why did you take them from me?" But if you could see what Allah saw, the betrayal, the heartbreak, the destruction that was coming, you would fall in sujood out of gratitude for His protection. This pain of sudden removal is not rejection from Allah. It is a rescue mission from the Most Merciful. It is Allah saying, "My servant, I love you too much to let you be destroyed by this attachment." He knows that you are crying tonight, but He also knows that one day you will thank Him. Because one day you'll see that the same door that broke your heart was the one that saved your soul. Every tear you shed in this season is not wasted. Every ache is polishing your heart, preparing it for the one who will love you for the sake of Allah. You are not being punished, you are being purified, because before Allah gives you the one who will never leave, He first removes the one who was never meant to stay. When Allah separates you from someone you love, it feels like the hardest test of all. Your heart resists the distance, your mind keeps running back to the memories. You keep asking yourself, why did they leave when I gave them everything? But you see, sometimes Allah separates you, not because He wants to break your heart, but because He wants to save your heart, Separation is not always loss. Sometimes it's divine protection in disguise. There are people whose presence feels comforting, but their path leads you away from Allah. There are relationships that shine on the surface, but quietly steal your peace. And there are bonds that look pure, but are built on desires that can destroy your deen. So before that damage grows, before your heart gets trapped, Allah steps in and separates you, not out of cruelty, but out of mercy. You may not see it right now, because when you're hurting, it's hard to recognize protection. It's hard to believe that the same moment that broke you is the same moment Allah saved you. But He did. He saved you from endless tears. He saved you from a future where your soul would be exhausted. He saved you from a love that wasn't built on His name. When Allah loves you, He doesn't always give you what you want. He gives you what will guard your faith. And sometimes that means taking people away who are not aligned with your purpose. He removes the one who was blocking your rizq, your emotional growth, and your connection with Him, so that your heart becomes free again, free to heal, free to worship, free to receive the right person when the time comes. You must understand, my brothers and sisters, separation from people can sometimes be the strongest proof of Allah's closeness to you, because when He separates you from creation, He invites you back to the Creator. He's saying, "Come back to me, I am enough for you, until I send someone worthy of you." And when that person arrives, you'll realize that every heartbreak was perfectly timed to protect your future. Nikah. So never curse the distance. Never question the delay. The one who left was never meant to stay, and the one who remains is Allah. And He is the best protector, the best planner, and the best healer of hearts. Every ending you go through, every heartbreak, every goodbye, every silence carries a hidden mercy that your eyes may not see yet, but your soul will one day understand. You see, Allah never ends something in your life without a reason. His plan is too perfect, His wisdom too deep, and His mercy too vast to allow anything meaningless to happen to a believer. When that relationship ended, when that person walked away, it might have felt like everything inside you broke. You felt betrayed, abandoned, and unwanted. But behind that pain was an unseen protection, a divine shield that guarded you from something your heart could not have survived later. Allah knew what was being said behind your back, what intentions were hidden behind kind words, and what trials would have unfolded if that relationship continued. So while you were busy holding on, Allah was gently pulling you away, saving your heart from a greater wound, your faith from slow decay, and your peace from quiet destruction. There are moments when Allah removes someone because He heard things you didn't hear. He saw how your sincerity was being taken for granted. He saw that the love you were giving was pure, but it was not being returned with the same purity. And rather than allow you to keep drowning in disappointment, He tore you away so that your soul could breathe again. That pain you're feeling right now, it's not punishment, it's purification. It's Allah washing your heart of attachments that were never written for you. Sometimes mercy doesn't look like what we imagine. We think mercy means comfort, but in reality, mercy can arrive in the form of heartbreak. Because without heartbreak, you might have never returned to Allah with the same desperation. Without that loss, you might have never discovered that Allah is the only one who can truly love you unconditionally. The pain you feel is not a sign of Allah's anger. It's a sign that He's still guiding you, still loving you, still protecting you, even when you don't understand. And one day, perhaps not today, not tomorrow, but someday, you will look back at this heartbreak and whisper, "Alhamdulillah, it ended." You'll realize that what you thought was the worst moment of your life was actually the beginning of your healing. You'll understand that Allah had to empty your hands of what wasn't yours so He could fill them with what was meant for you all along. The hidden mercy behind every ending is that it makes space for a new beginning, one written with sincerity, one built upon peace, one rooted in faith. So my brothers and sisters, do not let your heart curse what Allah blessed you with in disguise. Sometimes the rejection you felt was actually protection. Sometimes the heartbreak that shattered you was the surgery your soul needed. And sometimes the person who left was the reason you returned to your prayer mat, to your Quran, and to your Lord. If that's what it took to bring you closer to Allah, then that ending was not a loss, it was mercy wrapped in pain. Because remember this asterisk, Allah never takes without giving. Asterisk, He never breaks without healing, and He never ends without preparing you for a beginning far better than the one you lost. There are moments in life when you look up to the sky with tears in your eyes and ask, "Ya Allah, when?" You've prayed, you've waited, you've been patient, yet the doors still feel closed. You see others finding love, moving forward, settling down, while you're left wondering if Allah has forgotten you. But let me tell you something, with certainty, asterisk, asterisk, Allah never forgets His servants. Asterisk, asterisk, His silence is not neglect. His delay is not denial. It is preparation. When Allah delays something, it's because He is perfecting the timing, not denying the blessing. He is aligning hearts, circumstances, and destinies in ways you cannot yet see. He is building you in silence, shaping your patience, cleansing your intentions, and teaching you to depend only on Him. Because what you are asking for is sacred. Marriage, love, companionship. These are not small matters in Islam. They are acts of worship, and Allah will not give you something meant for worship when your heart is still unprepared for it. Sometimes Allah delays the arrival of the right person because He's still healing your wounds from the wrong one. He's teaching you that love without boundaries, love without Allah, only leads to heartbreak. He wants you to taste the sweetness of solitude before the sweetness of companionship, so that when the one He sends finally arrives, you will not cling to them out of desperation, but connect with them out of peace. He delays so you can learn that your heart's true stability doesn't come from creation, it comes from the Creator. And when you finally stop rushing His plan, when you let go of your timelines and surrender to His qadr, you begin to see that everything was happening right on schedule. That heartbreak that shattered you, it was not the end, it was a step in your transformation. That delay you hated, it was not punishment, it was protection. That silence you feared, it was not absence, it was Allah whispering, "Trust me, I'm working behind the scenes." Every delay from Allah carries hidden wisdom. Sometimes He delays because the one written for you is still learning how to pray for you. Sometimes He delays because you still have lessons to learn before you can lead a home built on faith. And sometimes He delays because He loves watching you turn to Him in dua, because in those moments of longing, you are closest to Him. So do not lose hope, my brothers and sisters. If Allah has not given you what you asked for, it's only because He plans to give you better. He doesn't say no, He says not yet. And when the yet becomes now, you'll understand why you had to wait. You'll realize that Allah was never punishing you. He was preparing you. He was teaching you patience, polishing your soul, and molding you into the kind of person who could receive His blessing without losing faith. The waiting is sacred. The delay is divine mercy. And the one meant for you, the one who will never leave, will arrive exactly when Allah says, "Now is the time." Not a second earlier, not a second later. So be patient with the process, because the same Allah who wrote your heartbreak also wrote your healing. And when His plan finally unfolds, you will whisper with tears of gratitude, asterisk, asterisk, Subhanallah, it was all worth the wait. Asterisk, asterisk. One day, after all the heartbreak, the waiting, and the lonely nights, Allah will send someone into your life, someone who will feel like peace after a long storm. They will not come to test you. They will come to protect you. They will not drain your soul. They will help it grow. They will not confuse you, make you beg for love, or make you feel like you are hard to love. Because the one Allah sends will never make you compete for their attention, they will compete with you in righteousness. The one who will never leave will not just love you for your smile or your looks. They will love you because of your connection with Allah. They will see your heart before they see your face. They will speak to you with respect, treat you with dignity, and remind you of your worth when you forget it yourself. Their presence will not feel like fire or chaos. It will feel like sukoon, the tranquility that Allah describes in the Quran when He says, asterisk, and He created for you mates that you may find peace in them, asterisk. But here's the truth, my brothers and sisters, before Allah sends that kind of person, He first makes you become that kind of person, because the one who will never leave is not sent to fill your emptiness. They are sent to walk beside your wholeness. Allah will not send you someone pure while your heart is still filled with resentment and unhealed wounds. He will heal you first. He will teach you to depend only on Him. He will make you strong in solitude so that when love comes, it becomes a blessing, not a distraction. The one Allah sends will feel different. They will not rush you. They will respect your boundaries. Their love will not be built on lust or loneliness. It will be built on times deen and dua. Asterisk. Their commitment will be quiet, consistent, and sincere. They will not leave when things get hard because they were never chasing convenience, they were following qadr. And when you see them pray, when you hear them say, Insha'Allah with faith, when you feel peace sitting beside them without a single word, your heart will know. Because what Allah writes, the soul recognizes. There will be no fear, no confusion, no endless overthinking. You will finally understand that real love in Islam is not about butterflies in the stomach. It's about peace in the heart. The one who will never leave will not be perfect, but they will be sincere. They will stumble, but they will never stop turning back to Allah. They will hurt, but they will never lose a dab with you. They will protect your honor even in your absence, guard your secrets even in their anger, and make you feel safe even in silence. Because when Allah sends someone for you, they don't complete you, they complete your times dua. Asterisk. And you will realize then why every person before them had to leave. Because had they stayed, your heart would have never been ready for this kind of peace. Had they stayed, you would have settled for something temporary, while Allah had written for you something eternal. So when that person arrives, don't doubt the delay. Don't question the past. Know that this is what Allah was saving you for, the one who will never leave, not because they promised you forever, but because asterisk, Allah wrote them into your forever. Asterisk, asterisk. Before Allah sends the one who will never leave, He takes you through a sacred season, a season of preparation. It is the quiet period after the storm, when you feel lost, lonely, and unsure of who you are without the one who left. You may not realize it, but this is the most important part of your journey, the time when Allah begins to rebuild you from the inside out. During this preparation season, Allah purifies your heart. He removes attachments that had become idols. He makes you confront the pain you tried to hide under distractions. He exposes the wounds you refuse to acknowledge so that He can heal them Himself. This is not punishment, it is purification. Because before He gives you the person written for you, He first makes sure your heart belongs only to Him. This season can feel lonely, and at times, unbearably silent. The phone that used to light up with messages is now quiet. The conversations that once kept you smiling have faded. The world moves on while you sit in stillness, wondering if you'll ever feel whole again. But in that silence, Allah is speaking to you. He's saying, asterisk, my servant, you don't need them to feel alive, you need me. Asterisk, it's in this solitude that you rediscover who you are without people. You begin to rebuild your relationship with Allah, one prayer at a time, one tear at a time. You learn that your worth was never dependent on someone's attention, but on your connection to your Creator. You learn to find joy in sujood instead of validation. You begin to see that peace doesn't come from being loved by people, it comes from being loved by Allah. This preparation season is when your du'as become deeper. You stop asking for just anyone to come back and start asking for the times right, one times to arrive, the one who will help you grow in deen, who will pray beside you, and who will protect your soul. You realize that you no longer want a temporary companion. You want someone who reminds you of Jannah, and Allah smiles upon that maturity. Because that is when you're ready, not when you're perfect, but when your heart finally prefers His plan over your own. During this season, Allah might test you again. You may see reminders of the one who left. You may feel tempted to go back. But Allah keeps closing that door, not because He's cruel, but because He knows you deserve better. He knows that if you rush the process, you'll repeat the same pain. So He slows you down to teach you patience, self-respect, and trust in His timing. And when He sees that your heart is finally calm in solitude, when you no longer chase what He removed, when your peace no longer depends on anyone's presence, that's when He opens the next chapter. He sends the one who was written for you, the one who will never have to compete with your wounds because you've already healed, the one who will recognize your peace, not your pain, the one who will find you not broken, but whole. So if you are in this waiting season, don't curse it, cherish it, because this is where Allah polishes your soul for the gift that's coming. You are not being delayed, you are being designed. Every tear, every prayer, every lonely night is building you into the kind of person who can love the right way for the sake of Allah. Because before Allah joins two hearts in nikah, He makes sure each heart belongs to Him first. When the time finally arrives, when Allah decides that your heart has healed, your soul has matured, and your faith has deepened, He begins to send signs. Not dramatic signs of thunder and dreams, but gentle, quiet confirmations that whisper to your soul, asterisk, this one is different. Asterisk, the heart that once feared attachment begins to feel peace again. And for the first time after all the heartbreak, that peace doesn't scare you, it feels familiar, safe, and divinely guided. You see, when Allah sends the one meant for you, your heart will know. Not through excitement or obsession, but through time's sukoon, time's tranquility. There will be no chaos, no endless anxiety, no guessing games. The right one will not come to test your patience, they will come to confirm your dua. They won't make you question your worth, they will remind you of it. They won't demand you to change your deen for them, they will love you more because of your deen. The one Allah sends will guide you closer to Him. Their presence will not distract you from salah, it will motivate you to pray more. Their love will not weaken your connection with Allah, it will strengthen it. Every conversation will feel purposeful, every moment will carry time's barakah asterisk, and every word will remind you that love, when written by Allah, is a means of worship. Even your silence together will feel meaningful, as if your souls are whispering du'as for one another without words. You will start to notice how everything aligns effortlessly, not because it's perfect, but because it's peaceful. The timing will make sense, the energy will feel calm, and your heart will feel a deep certainty that can only come from Allah. And when Shaitan tries to whisper doubt into your heart, Allah will send reassurance through ayahs, through dreams, through reminders that feel like they were written just for you. The one who is written for you will respect your pace. They will not rush what Allah wants to unfold slowly. They will understand that nikah is not just about love, it's about building something sacred under the shade of Allah's mercy. They will speak with adab, lower their gaze, and treat you with honor even before marriage, because they fear Allah in their love for you. And that fear of Allah is what will make them trustworthy, not just with your heart, but with your soul. The right one will come into your life as a reflection of everything Allah has been teaching you in your solitude. Their gentleness will mirror your patience. Their sincerity will match your faith. Their love will not feel like a distraction, it will feel like an answered prayer. You will realize that every heartbreak before them was preparing you to recognize them when they finally arrived. Had you not gone through pain, you would not know the difference between time's attachment times and time's peace asterisk, between someone who flatters your ego and someone who nurtures your soul. And remember, my beloved brothers and sisters, the one written for you will not be perfect, but they will be time's real asterisk. They will have flaws, but they will keep turning to Allah. They will make mistakes, but they will never stop seeking forgiveness. And most beautifully, they will love you in a way that makes you love Allah even more. So when you meet someone and their presence brings you closer to your Lord, guard that connection with sincerity and patience. Do not rush it. Do not force it. Let it unfold under Allah's light. Because true love in Islam doesn't begin with *I love you*. It begins with *I prayed for you*. And when you find the one Allah wrote for you, you'll finally understand that all the waiting, the tears, and the loneliness were not delays, they were signs leading you home. Many people ask, why can't I meet the right one yet? Why do I keep attracting the wrong hearts, the wrong souls, the wrong story? But what most don't realize is that love cannot bloom in a wounded heart. Before Allah allows the right person to enter your life, He first heals you, because a heart filled with pain cannot recognize peace, and a heart full of resentment cannot hold divine love. Healing is not just about forgetting what happened, it's about transforming through it. It's when you stop asking, why me? And start saying, Ya Allah, what are you teaching me? It's when your tears become silent du'as and your scars become reminders of Allah's mercy. Healing is the bridge between heartbreak and destiny, and Allah places you on that bridge so you can cross from who you were with the wrong person to who you must become for the right one. You see, if Allah were to send the right one while your wounds are still open, you would bleed on the person meant to heal you. You would doubt their love, sabotage your peace, and turn your fear into walls. So Allah delays the meeting until you have learned to love yourself again through His love, not through validation from creation. He teaches you that you are whole even when you are alone, that your worth was never lost when someone walked away, and that your story is still sacred even after heartbreak. Healing in Islam is an act of times ibadah*. Every time you forgive, you are worshipping. Every time you release bitterness, you are obeying. Every time you make dua for the one who hurt you instead of cursing them, you are rising higher in Allah's sight. Because forgiveness is not weakness, it's strength in its purest form. It's proof that your heart values Allah's reward more than revenge. This healing season teaches you to purify your intentions, to love not out of loneliness, but out of faith. It teaches you that love should not break your connection with Allah, it should deepen it. When you heal, you stop chasing people and start attracting what is meant for you. Because a healed heart no longer runs after chaos, it waits calmly for what is written. And my brothers and sisters, do not rush your healing. Healing is not linear. Some days you'll smile again, and some nights you'll cry again. But even those tears are sacred. For the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said that Allah loves the servant whose heart trembles and turns back to Him. So don't hide your pain, pour it out in sujood. Tell Allah what you cannot tell anyone else. He is Al-Jabbar, the one who mends what is broken beyond repair. When your heart has been repaired by Allah, you love differently. You no longer beg for attention, you seek connection. You no longer chase temporary love, you pray for eternal companionship. You no longer confuse intensity for sincerity, because your healed heart recognizes peace as love. And when that happens, Allah smiles upon you and says, now you are ready. Ready to meet the one who will never have to heal your wounds, because you already did that with me. Ready to love in a way that pleases me. Ready to protect your nikah with mercy, patience, and faith. So if you're healing right now, don't see it as a delay, see it as divine preparation. You're not being forgotten, you're being formed. Allah is softening your heart, polishing your faith, and preparing you for a love that won't take you away from Him. It will bring you closer to Him. Because true love doesn't begin when you find someone. True love begins when Allah heals you enough to finally recognize what He wrote for you. After every heartbreak, every night of crying into your pillow, and every moment you whispered asterisk, Ya Allah, help me let go. Asterisk, a day will come when you'll wake up and your heart will feel different. The heaviness will be gone, the pain will have softened, the memories will no longer sting the same way. And you'll realize something powerful. Allah has healed you, and He's preparing to replace what was lost with something far greater. When the replacement arrives, it won't come with fireworks or grand gestures. It will come quietly, naturally, beautifully, the way peace enters a room. It will not rush you. It will not confuse you. It will not demand you to prove your worth. Instead, it will feel like everything that once felt heavy suddenly makes sense. The heartbreak you thought destroyed you was actually the path that led you to them. The one Allah sends will arrive not to complete your story, but to continue it. They won't need to fix your brokenness, because Allah already did. They will come into your life as a reflection of everything you learned during your solitude, patience, peace, faith, and maturity. They will speak the language of your soul, calmness. They will love you not for how perfect you are, but for how you kept your heart pure, even through pain. You will notice something different this time. No overthinking, no chasing, no begging. Because what is written for you doesn't need to be forced. The connection will flow effortlessly, not because it's easy, but because it's time's ordained. Asterisk. The timing will be divine. The energy will feel aligned. The du'as you made in secret will now stand before you in human form. And when you look at them, you'll realize that Allah didn't just give you what you asked for. He gave you what you times needed. Asterisk. Someone who values your silence as much as your speech. Someone who makes you feel safe in a world that once broke you. Someone who doesn't just want to marry you, but wants to build Jannah with you. The replacement Allah sends is never ordinary, because it's not just a person, it's a time's sign. Asterisk. A sign that Allah heard your cries when you thought no one did. A sign that your patience was not in vain. A sign that His mercy always comes after hardship. Just like the dawn that follows the darkest night, Allah's replacement follows the deepest heartbreak. And when this person arrives, you will not need to pretend to be someone else. You won't have to hide your scars or silence your truth. They will see you, all of you, and still choose you. Because Allah will place time's sakina, time's tranquility, between your hearts, just as He promised in the Quran. And that peace will be your confirmation that this is not another test, this is the time's gift. Asterisk. You will look back at your past and whisper, asterisk, Alhamdulillah, they left. Asterisk. You'll realize that if they hadn't left, you would have never grown. If you hadn't been broken, you would have never learned to pray with such sincerity. If you hadn't been delayed, you would have never met someone so divinely matched to your soul. So when the replacement arrives, welcome them with gratitude, not fear. Thank Allah for His mercy, for His timing, and for His patience with you while you were learning to trust Him again. Because the one who is written for you is not sent to test your faith, they're sent as a reward for it. And you will finally understand that what Allah took from you was not punishment, it was asterisk, asterisk, making space for the one who would never leave. Asterisk, asterisk. My beloved brothers and sisters, every heartbreak, every unanswered prayer, every separation that left you in tears, none of it was a mistake. It was written by the one who never writes in error. You may not understand the chapters right now, but one day you'll look back and realize that Allah was never taking things away from you. He was preparing you for something greater. Allah's plan is always perfect, even when it breaks your heart. He removes people you love, not because He wants to hurt you, but because He sees the entire path, while you only see a moment. He knows which soul will nurture your deen, and which one will destroy it. He knows which relationship will lead you to Jannah, and which one will pull you away from it. So when Allah closes a door, don't stand there crying for it to reopen. Bow your head in sujood and say asterisk, Alhamdulillah for protecting me from what I couldn't see. Asterisk. You see, the one who left was never meant to be permanent. They were a lesson, not a destination. A stepping stone, not the final blessing. And sometimes Allah has to break your heart to remove what's temporary so He can replace it with something eternal. Because He loves you too much to let you settle for less than what was written for you in the divine script of Qadr. So, trust the author of your story. You don't need to understand every twist, you just need to trust that every turn has meaning. You don't need to chase what left you, just need to believe that what's written will always find its way back to you. Even the silence you face is sacred, because Allah's delay is never denial. His not yet always hides a beautiful yes. And when His promise finally unfolds, when the right one walks into your life and peace fills your soul, you'll realize that every tear was worth it. Every heartbreak was necessary. Every prayer was heard, because Allah never wastes the pain of those who trust Him. So, my beloved brothers and sisters, when Allah removes someone from your life, smile through the tears and whisper asterisk, Ya Allah, I trust your plan, asterisk, because one day you'll see why it had to happen. One day you'll thank Him for every no, and one day you'll stand beside the one He wrote for you and realize Allah never took anything from you. He only replaced it with something that would never leave. And that, my dear brothers and sisters, is the mercy of the one who writes the most beautiful love stories. Stories that don't end at heartbreak, but begin with asterisk, asterisk, trust, asterisk, asterisk.